Your weeds are growing into my yard again. This place looks abandoned.
I'm sorry, I've been trying my best.
Trying? You've been saying that for months. If this isn't cleaned up soon, I'm calling the city.
Ma'am, people don't usually let a yard get this bad for no reason.
No, not when you have family to take care of.
Then I'll take care of the yard.
When someone says family comes first, most people only think about love, but they rarely think about sacrifice, because sometimes family means carrying responsibilities so heavy that everything else in life slowly falls apart without anyone noticing. I was finishing a lawn job nearby when I heard shouting coming from across the street. An angry neighbor was standing in front of an elderly woman's house, pointing at the overgrown grass and weeds spilling over the sidewalk. The old woman stood quietly, apologizing. Before I tell you what happened next, comment where you're watching from so we can see how far this story travels and who it reaches around the world. I walked over and asked if everything was okay. The woman looked embarrassed and immediately told me she couldn't afford to pay for any help. I told her I wasn't asking for money and that I'd clean everything for free. That's when tears filled her eyes. She invited me inside and introduced me to her 12-year-old grandson. She explained that 5 years earlier, her daughter had passed away unexpectedly, leaving her to raise her grandson alone. He had severe autism and needed constant supervision. She couldn't leave him by himself, not even long enough to mow the lawn. Most of her money went toward therapy appointments, medication, and making sure he had everything he needed. As the years passed, she became older and weaker, and the yard slowly became impossible to manage. Then she looked at her grandson and said something I'll never forget. People tell me I'm too old to be raising a child, but he's the only family I have left. Hearing that broke my heart. So I unloaded my mower, string trimmer, blower, and pruning tools and got to work. First, I cut the overgrown grass in the front yard and cleared the sidewalk path. Then I trimmed the weeds around the walkways and cut back the overgrowth surrounding the house. After that, I moved to the backyard and mowed through the tall grass that had taken over the property. I trimmed the vines growing along the fence, cut back the overgrown bushes and small trees, and slowly brought the yard back to life. Before I finished, I placed 2 flower pots on each side of the front door and planted fresh flowers, hoping to bring a little life back to the home. Finally, I used the blower to clear the leaves and debris from the driveway and walkways. Throughout the afternoon, I occasionally looked toward the window and saw the grandmother and grandson sitting together, quietly watching. When I finally finished, she slowly walked outside and looked around the yard. Tears rolled down her face. Then she hugged her grandson and whispered, "I thought I was failing him."